Hi everybody, Dan Illman here, taking a look at the Stronach 5 sequence for this Friday, October the 4th. 3 races from Laurel Park, 1 from Gulfstream West, and 1 from Santa Anita. A $100,000 guaranteed gross pool, $1 minimum wager, low 12% takeout. Let's take a look at the field for the first leg. Race number 7 at Laurel. It has an approximate post time of 4:33. And as per usual, we are taping this well before program changes, scratches, track conditions, etc. So I'm just going to give you some ideas on horses that I'm thinking of using in the Stronach 5. Use them, discard them, do whatever you want with them. But when you do make your final decisions, please use Ticketmaker, available on DRF Bets and on DRF.com, because you'll be able to weigh your opinions intelligently by using Steve Christ's A, B, and C formula. Leg A is a $25,000 maiden claimer, 1 mile on the turf. 3 horses caught my eye. I'm going to be using the 6, Excuse My Charisma, the 8, Laska, and the 9, Gentle Thoughts. Let's talk a little bit about Laska, who's my preferred pick at 9-2 on the morning line. This is a daughter of Point of Entry, dropping out of the maiden special weights for the first time for trainer Michael Matz. Last time out was her first race in about 9.5 months. She did not have a great outside post position. She ended up 4 wide late on the backstretch and into the turn. It was not a bad effort, not as bad as the running line indicates, and the winner of that race came right back to win a stakes race over the Tapeta surface at Presque Isle Downs. I think Laska is going to improve second start of the form cycle with this drop in class. Now, she doesn't have a lot of early speed, so the 2 other horses I'm using are at least going to be close and should be in the thick of things when the real racing begins. Beginning with the 6, Excuse My Charisma. This is her 3rd start of the form cycle. A little bit of a disappointment, a $300,000 2-year-old in training purchase now being dangled for $25,000 by Graham Motion, but at least this filly has a little bit of speed. She ran okay last time out, chasing a solid pace. She'll be close and fits from a Beyer speed figure standpoint. Gentle Thoughts ran pretty well in her turf debut last time out, blasting out to an uncontested early lead, and then was no match for the favorite Avocado, who ran her down late. She has been freshened for that race. The barn has been hitting on all cylinders at this Laurel meet, and this horse might be the pace setter, the 9, Gentle Thoughts. So the 6, 8, and 9 are the horses I'm interested most in the first leg of this week's Stronach 5. We go down to Gulfstream Park West for leg B. Race number 8, a mile on the turf, a $20,000 maiden claiming event. And at first I thought I was going to try to get cute in this race. I gave the 5, Golden Opportunity, a long look. Second lifetime start, dirt to turf by a solid turf stallion in Golden Sense, dropping out of the maiden special weight ranks, and maybe Golden Opportunity is going to burn me at a price, but at the end of the day, I just decided to go with 2 proven horses at unfortunately shorter prices. The 1, Macho Mania, and the 4, Well Written, just seem to fit this condition like a glove. Well Written, the number 4, halves in price. He has never raced in the $20,000 condition, and last time out he was making an inside move down towards the 3 furlong pole, had to alter course to the outside, and then finished evenly in between horses. That 64 Beyer speed figure earned in that $40,000 maiden claimer is going to play very well. That's above the par for this $20,000 level. I want to use the 4, Well Written. I want to use the 1, Macho Mania, a horse who last time out dropped to this level for the first time. The race was run in a driving rainstorm. It was Macho Mania's first race since April. He was steadied a bit going into the first turn while down inside, and he ended up finishing an even 3rd nearest to the rail. I think a good trip's coming from the inside for Macho Mania. I think Well Written's going to come with a little bit of a run. Those horses I would probably use as A's, horses I would press in my DRF Bets Ticketmaker play. And if I was going to use a backup, it would probably be the number 9, Fine Spirit, a horse that's been the beaten favorite in his last 2 races. Finished behind Macho Mania last time out, and I just really couldn't find an excuse. He just runs the same race, it seems, every time. They take him to the back of the pack. He commences a wide rally on the turn, and then he flattens out. He obviously has figures that indicate he can win this race, and perhaps he'll be even a playable price in the Stronach 5. I'm just not sure I completely trust him. He seems like a bridesmaid at this point in his career. I would use him defensively, if at all. We move back to Laurel for leg C, 5.5 furlongs. It's a $25,000 maiden claiming race, and three horses to me really intrigued me. We'll talk about the two experienced runners, and then I want to talk about a first-time starter that I like at a price. The number 8, Win Then Grin, was bet down to 4-1 for her career debut last month, and she broke very poorly and was very rank for the opening furlong or so. She then ended up very wide turning into the stretch, but she was running at the end of that race. It just was like the light bulb seemed to come on at about the 3/16 pole. She figured out what she was supposed to do, and she came with a kick. I think she's really going to improve with that race and 2 subsequent workouts under her girth. And Win Then Grin certainly can win this race at 5-1 on the morning line. The number 12 is Half in the Wrapper, and Half in the Wrapper's run once in her career at Timonium, going 4 furlongs. Hard to analyze that race. She made a 3-wide bid. She didn't change leads in the stretch. She was another horse that was very green, but another horse that would benefit from the race, and another one at 5-1 on the morning line that seems to fit. But the 10 Devilish Affair is the first-time starter I'm interested in at 15-1 on the morning line. Jockey Taylor Hall had his choice of the 10 Devilish Affair and the 12 Half in the Wrapper, who was a third the price of this horse on the morning line, and he decided to go with this daughter of Daredevil, precocious enough to win the Champagne as a 2-year-old. Devilish Affair sold for $25,000 earlier this year, comes from a good New York bred family. It's decent enough gate work on September the 25th, and just might have found a field that she can handle. I definitely want to use this horse in the Stronach 5 at a price. The 8, the 10, and the 12 are the 3 horses I key on in leg C of this week's Stronach 5. We'll go out west. Leg D is at the Great Race Place. Santa Anita, 5.5 furlongs on the turf, a $40,000 claiming race. Most folks are going to lean on the 7 GQ Cover Girl. You see her, she is 6-5 on the morning line for several reasons. A, she's sharp, she just won a race on the dirt. B, she seems like the controlling speed in an otherwise paceless race. A lot of folks are going to single GQ Cover Girl. I can't do it for a couple of reasons. One, I think she's better on the dirt, and her lifetime record just seems to speak that out. She's 4 for 5 on dirt, 1 for 10 on turf. B, she's been the favorite 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 starts back on turf, and she hasn't been able to get it done, and she hasn't shown a lot of stamina at the shorter 5 furlong distance. At 5.5, if you're singling this horse in the Stronach 5, you're going to be screaming, "Come on, wire," and hope that the wire is there for GQ Cover Girl, because in all likelihood, somebody's going to be coming. And I think it might be the 5 Mongolian Window, who at 6-1 on the morning line I would use with GQ Cover Girl. Mongolian Window is a reclaim for trainer Inabash Ganbat, who won, of course, the Awesome Again Stakes, upsetting McKinsey last week with Mongolian Groom. This filly's done okay in route races, but it's worth noting that the last 2 times she sprinted, going down the hill at 6.5 furlongs, she ran a good second and she won a $75,000 maiden claimer. Something tells me that she doesn't have to be 100 lengths out of it, and she's the one that might make GQ Cover Girl fans sweat in the stretch of leg D of the Stronach 5. We'll complete this week's sequence going back to Laurel, 5.5 furlongs on the turf. It is a $16,000 beaten claimer, and again, 3 horses intrigued me. The 2 Fact of War is cutting significantly back in distance, and while I usually don't like that on the turf, this gelding just seems to fit this class level. He's taking a substantial drop for trainer Gary Capuano. He was up close to the pace last time out at 1 1/16, and just found that field too tough and that distance too far. I don't think he has to come from 1,000,000 lengths out in this field either. I think he can sit in mid-pack and come with a strong run under Alex Cintron. The 2 other horses I want to use are the 5 and the 10, preferably the 5 Geyser. Geyser last time out was simply out-sprinted, going 5.5 furlongs. I mean, they went blazing in the early portion of that race, and Geyser just couldn't keep up. Once they got into the stretch, it looked like he was making up a little bit of late ground. It was only his 3rd race, his 2nd turf race since March. I think he is steadily improving with each and every start, and he's the kind of horse to me that I think is going to take a step forward. The 10 McPherson is simply the horse to beat, and to me a must-use simply because of his consistency. He's hit the board in his last 6 races, but only one of those races has produced victories. He finished in front of Geyser last time out for the 16. McPherson at 2-1. Not a great price to win, but if you've got a price home in the Stronach 5, you don't want to let a horse like this knock you out of your wager. There you have it for the Stronach 5 for Friday, October the 4th. Remember, a $100,000 guaranteed gross pool, $1 minimum bet, 12% low takeout. Leg A begins at 4:33 Eastern. Good luck.